Hello. Today I would like to discuss the history of the USS Langley, a remarkable ship that holds a special place in U.S. naval history as the first aircraft carrier in the United States Navy. Originally launched as the USS Jupiter, a collier ship, in 1912, it was converted into the Langley in 1920, becoming the Navy's first aircraft carrier. Not only was it the first of its kind, but it was also the Navy's first ship powered by a turbo-electric drive, a significant innovation at the time. The ship was named after Samuel Langley, an American aviation pioneer, reflecting its important role in naval aviation development. While another collier was planned for a similar conversion, the signing of the Washington Naval Treaty canceled that project, redirecting resources to build the aircraft carriers Lexington and Saratoga from partially completed battlecruisers. Langley's service was instrumental in World War II, especially after a conversion into a seaplane tender. Unfortunately, on February 27, 1942, while transporting a load of U.S. Army P-40 fighters to Java, Langley was attacked by Japanese bombers and sustained severe damage. Unable to be saved, the ship was scuttled by its escorts to prevent it from falling into enemy hands. This marked the tragic end of the USS Langley, which was the only carrier of its class. The USS Jupiter was constructed at Mare Island Naval Shipyard in California. President William H. Taft was present when her keel was laid in 1911. Launched in 1912 and commissioned in 1913, the Jupiter was one of the first turbo-electric-powered ships in the U.S. Navy, designed with the latest technology of the time. Its propulsion system was a groundbreaking design by General Electric, making it significantly more efficient and lighter compared to earlier ships. Initially serving as a collier, Jupiter played an important role during the Veracruz crisis in 1914 and cruised the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico in the years leading up to World War I. After the U.S. entered the war, the ship was assigned to the Naval Overseas Transport Service, where it made several transatlantic voyages delivering cargo, including a crucial naval aviation detachment to Europe. In 1919, Jupiter was selected for conversion into an aircraft carrier. The transformation took place at Norfolk Naval Shipyard, and the ship was recommissioned as USS Langley in 1922. Named after the aviation pioneer Samuel Pierpont Langley, this vessel was the Navy's first aircraft carrier, designated CV-1. Langley's deck could carry up to 34 aircraft, and her first aircraft landing, conducted by Lieutenant Commander Godfrey Chevalier, occurred on October 17, 1922. This event marked a pivotal moment in naval aviation history. The Langley also served as a testing ground for many aviation-related innovations. In fact, it was from her deck that the first catapult-assisted aircraft launch from a carrier occurred in November 1922. These experiments laid the foundation for modern naval aviation and helped shape the tactics that would be crucial during World War II. Service in the Pacific and World War II. After years of serving as an aircraft carrier, the Langley was converted again in 1937, this time into a seaplane tender, and was reclassified as AV-3. This new role saw the Langley operating out of various ports along the West Coast, Hawaii, and Alaska, supporting seaplane squadrons and continuing its contributions to naval aviation. When the U.S. entered World War II in 1941, the Langley was stationed in the Philippines. As Japanese forces advanced across the Pacific, the Langley played a key role in ferrying aircraft and supporting operations in the region. In early 1942, she was tasked with delivering a cargo of P-40 fighters to Java, a mission that would prove to be her last. On February 27, 1942, while en route to deliver the P-40s, Langley came under attack by Japanese bombers. Despite efforts to evade the bombing runs, the ship sustained heavy damage. With her engine room flooded and fires raging on the deck, the decision was made to abandon the ship. Her escorts scuttled the Langley to prevent her capture by the enemy. Many of her crew were rescued, though some were tragically lost in subsequent sinkings of other vessels they had been transferred to. The sinking of the USS Langley was a somber chapter in naval history, but the ship's contributions to aviation and naval tactics continued to resonate long after her loss. From her early days as the USS Jupiter to her pioneering role in aircraft carrier operations, Langley's legacy endures as a foundational part of U.S. Navy history.